Advisor to John Kerry, Mark Thiessen, Washington Post columnist, resident fellow of the American Enterprise Institute, and a Fox News contributor as well. Good day to both of you.
Good to be with you.
Okay, how's this going to go, huh? So apparently we're getting word from Mike Emanuel and others on the Hill that Wednesday is the day the House will mark up this contempt citation against Bill Barr.
Yeah.
What do you think, Mark?
Jerry Nadler is an absolute hypocrite. Okay, so everybody, let me take you back a little bit in history. 2010, a border agent named Brian Terry is killed by Mexican criminals, which exposes the Fast and Furious scheme in which the Justice Department, the U.S. federal officials were giving guns to Mexican criminals so they could track them. They lost track of them, and 2 guns were found in Brian Terry's death site. So the House begins investigation into this, and they call up, they ask Eric Holder to release all the documents relating to Fast and Furious. An assistant attorney general in the Obama administration denied that they knew anything about it. Turns out that was a lie. They subpoenaed the documents. Eric Holder refuses to testify. Barack Obama invokes executive privilege, and the House voted 255 to 67 to declare Holder in contempt of Congress. You know who voted against that? Nadler. Okay? So when we actually had a dead border agent because of a federal government program that the Obama administration tried to cover up, Nadler was against contempt. By contrast, Bill Barr has provided all the documents to Congress. He has been completely open. He overrode Justice Department regulations, which you don't give a prosecutor declination memo to Congress. He overrode them and gave them a redacted version. He sped the redaction process, and he gave them a almost unredacted copy that's in a secure room on Capitol Hill.
By law, the report could have stayed private.
Exactly. He actually had to take an unprecedented step to give it to Congress.
Okay.
All but 0.1% of that document is in the hands of Congress.
Right on. Okay. You said a lot.
Yeah.
To Marianne Mark.
Look, the fact is, it's a matter of when, not if, Barr will turn over the unredacted Mueller report to Congress, and Mueller will testify. And here's why. Barr has had this report for 45 days, yet he was somehow magically able to put a summary together in 2 days. He's also had plenty of time, to your earlier guest, the lawyer at the top, Saul Weisenberg, to go to a judge and ask the judge to release the grand jury testimony, which is routinely done in all these cases. And the difference between this specific situation involves the President of the United States, many members of his family and campaign associates, one of whom is going to jail today for lying to Congress, campaign finance, criminals. So that's why this is important, because the Congress can't do its job for oversight without this document.
There was a very easy way to get Barr before your committee a week ago, and that was to make sure the members of Congress asked the questions and not lawyers that are hired by the committee.
That's exactly right. The idea that they brought out a bucket of chicken shows how serious they are about actually investigating anything. The fact is, Bill Barr was grilled for 6 hours, no pun intended, the day before in front of the Senate. So they argue that he's afraid to testify before Congress is absolutely ridiculous. He has been a paragon of openness.
Yeah, here's the problem for Barr. His testimony that day before the Senate not only revealed and confirmed that he lied to Congress before this. That's a fact. Okay, that is a fact.
No, it's not a fact.
It is. In a previous appearance where he said he had no idea that Mueller had any problems with his summary, and that was proven by two letters by Mueller. Number one, and number two,
he was not referring to people on the team.
And number two, when he did appear in that second last week, it became, when he dissembled and refused to answer Senator Kamala Harris's question about did anyone ever ask you to open up investigations into anyone else?
Wait, hold on.
That tells you everything.
Let's get to Congressman Jim Jordan. He says, regardless of what you like or what you like, Bill Barr is going to get to the bottom of this, and he is not going to turn that unredacted report over that easily. Let's play some sound from him, and then you guys can react.
Senator Chuck Schumer said this about President-elect Trump. He said, "You mess with the intelligence community, they have 6 ways from Sunday at getting back at you." And the question is, did that really play out? Was the intelligence community targeting the Trump campaign, targeting the then President-elect Trump and the Trump administration? Bill Barr wants to find out, and I think he's going to do it, and I applaud him for doing so.
He wants to know if the intelligence community was targeting the Trump campaign. How much more do you have to describe targeting a campaign by having FBI agents going undercover and trying to spy on a political campaign?
Let me repeat something I've said on this show many times and on other programs on this network. The investigation into Russia's attempt to interfere in our election started in the spring of 2015. before Donald Trump announced. Barack Obama's first briefing on the matter was in June of 2015, the same month he entered. So this was long underway before Donald Trump said and officially announced that he was running for president. That's what you need to know. If any connections came up to Trump later on, it's because in the Mueller report, there are 270 plus connections and communications between Russians and Trump folks.
Right.
That tells you everything.
So Trump cleared of Russia collusion. I have to keep restating that because we're going to put this in context. He did not conspire with Russia in any way, shape, or form. He's been cleared. Okay, number one. Number two, yes, it's true. It's in the report.
There's no such law as collusion.
No, I said conspiracy. And second of all, they sent a FBI agent to go in and try and entrap a Trump official. And this was supposed to be, as you said, this was a counterintelligence investigation to begin with. This was not a criminal investigation. When you have a counterintelligence investigation where a candidate is being targeted by a foreign government, you're supposed to tell the target of the investigation so he can fire the people who might be conspiring. That's what they did with Dianne Feinstein. When Dianne Feinstein, her personal driver, was a Chinese spy. She was the chairman of the Intelligence Committee, and she had a Chinese spy on her staff. So the FBI came to her and said,
right.
you have somebody working for you who's spying. They didn't do that for Donald Trump because they were after Donald Trump.
Everybody knew except for Donald Trump. British intelligence knew about this. In fact, they were supposed to meet for a drink at a bar to talk about foreign policy, and then all of a sudden this woman came out and after texting him to provoke this meeting. So, I mean, yes, why not go to his boss? Why not go to Papadopoulos' boss?
Three things. One, again, it started before he announced. Two, it's clear they were still doing their investigation. Three, when Donald Trump became the official nominee of the Republican Party in July of 2016, he had intelligence briefings. The exact briefings Obama was getting, Hillary Clinton got them too, and he refused to continue to take them. And once no, that's a fact.
No.
And he refused to hear about it. And to this day, he does not accept the intelligence agency's investigations on anything.
And I know you wrote about it just this morning too, by the way.
Yes. So I think here's the thing. What's happening right now is that the Democrats are trying to discredit Bill Barr because they know he's going after now. We're going to find out how this started. For 2 years, Donald Trump was falsely accused of being a Russian agent, of being a shill of the government. And and they spent $35 million investigating him.
In the meantime,
how did this start?
They're going to try and beat up Bill Barr so that when he comes out with this stuff, they can say you're the president's attorney. And that's what's coming. Mark Thiessen, thank you. Marion Marsh, thank you. We got to get some breaking news from overseas now. Julie's got that.